Florida Real Estate State Exam Prep Flashcards, 57 questions with explained answers. Flashcard 1. Term, principal meridian. Definition, an intersection of a north/south line. Flashcard 2. Term, loan-to-value ratio. Definition, loan amount divided by price or value equals loan-to-value ratio, LTV. Flashcard 3. Term, Chapter 28, Sections 101-110. Definition, Division of Administrative Hearings, DOAH Rules, Florida Administrative Code, FAC. Flashcard 4. Term, Private Restrictions, DEL. Definition, Deed Restrictions, Easement, Leases, Liens. Flashcard 5. Term, Lot Types. Definition, Corner lot, Interior lot, T-intersection lot, Cul-de-sac lot, Flag lot, Key lot. Flashcard 6. Term, Township. Definition, a square tract of land measuring 6 miles on each side and including 36 sections, formed by the crossing of range and township lines. Township line run horizontal east/west. Flashcard 7. Term, Disclosures. Definition, Material Defects Disclosure, Radon Gas Disclosure, Lead Base Paint Disclosure, Energy Efficiency Brochure, Homeowners Association Disclosure, Property Tax Disclosure, Building Code Violation Disclosure. Flashcard 8. Term, Two types of title insurance. Definition, Owner's policy is issued for the total purchase price of the property. Lender's policy is issued for the unpaid mortgage amount. Flashcard 9. Term, Required Disclosures. Definition, Annual percent rate, APR, finance charge amount, finance total payments. Flashcard 10. Term, Blockbusting. Definition, use the entry, or rumor of the entry, of a protected class into the neighborhood to persuade owners to sell. Flashcard 11. Term, Granting Clause. Definition, the provision in a deed that specifies the names of the parties involved, the words of conveyance, and a description of the property. Flashcard 12. Term, Definition of Real Property. Definition, means any interest or estate in land and any interest in business enterprises or business opportunities, including an assignment, leasehold, subleasehold, or mineral rights. However, the term does not include cemetery lot or renting mobile home lot or recreational vehicle lot in a mobile home park or travel park. Flashcard 13. Term, Who are the secondary mortgage market? Definition, Fannie Mae, Ginnie Mae, Freddie Mac, other entities. Flashcard 14. Term, Triggering terms. Definition, anything with numbers is considered a triggering term. Flashcard 15. Term, General Warranty Deed. Definition, contains all the covenants and warranties available to give the grantee every possible future guarantee to title protection. Flashcard 16. Term, Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990. Definition, removes barriers that prevent qualified individuals with disabilities from enjoying the same opportunities that are available to persons without disabilities. The Act prohibits discrimination in places of public accommodations and in commercial facilities. Flashcard 17. Term, Civil Rights Act of 1968, the Fair Housing Act. Definition, prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, and national origin when selling or renting residential property. Flashcard 18. Term, Habendum Clause. Definition, the provision in a deed to real property that stipulates the estate or interest the grantee is to receive and the type of title conveyed. Flashcard 19. Term, Civil Rights Act of 1964, Titles 2 and 3. Definition, ended racial segregation in schools, the workplace, and public accommodations. Flashcard 20. Term, Steering. Definition, channel home seekers to or away from a particular neighborhood because they are members of a protected class. Flashcard 21. Term, Trade Names. Definition, is a business name other than the legal name of the person doing business. The letters T/A are used to indicate trading as. Flashcard 22. Term, Recovery Fund. Definition, claim must be paid within 2 years. Max payment $50,000, single transaction, max payment on multiple $150,000. Punitive damages and interest cannot be reimbursed from fund. Flashcard 23. Term, 30-day month method. Definition, this method is also called the statutory month method. All months are considered to have 30 days, even February, to use. 360-day year, determine the yearly cost of the item, next divide by 12 to find the cost per month, then divide by 30 to find the cost per day. Flashcard 24. Term, for unities of a joint tenancy, PIT. Definition, possession, interest, title, time. Flashcard 25. Term, non-freehold estate. Definition, estate for years, tenancy at will, tenancy at sufferance. Flashcard 26. Term, Chapter 120, FS. Definition, Administrative Procedures Act. Flashcard 27. Term, Check. Definition, A square 24 miles on each side creates by intersecting guide meridians and correction lines, used to adjust the grid pattern of squares because of the curvature of the Earth. A check contains 16 townships. Flashcard 28, term, the SAFE Act, definition, is intended to improve the accountability and tracking of residential mortgage loan originators, helps to prevent fraudulent brokers, realtors, appraisers etc. Flashcard 29, term, assignment, definition, refers to a transfer of rights and duties under a contract. Flashcard 30, term, the reasons for qualifying potential buyers fall into 4 areas. Definition, saves time, increases confidence in sales, associate fits buyers to properties, retains buyers. Flashcard 31, term, the demand for mortgage money is increased or decreased by the following 6 major influences. Definition, changes in the number and size of households, shifts in geographic preferences for households, existing inventory of structures, changes in employment rates and income, changes in cost of real property, services, taxes, and maintenance, changes in construction costs. Flashcard 32, term, joint ventures, definition, is a temporary form of business arrangement often encountered in real estate business. Flashcard 33, term, sections, definition, government survey system of land description. A section is. Flashcard 34, term, 3-day right of rescission, definition, the borrower has the right to rescind, cancel, the loan contract up to midnight of the 3rd business day following the signing of the loan documents. Flashcard 35, term, void contracts, definition, a void contract does not meet all of the required elements of a valid contract and, therefore, has no legal effect. Flashcard 36, term, what is the maximum amount of a VA loan is A. $417,000, $104,250, $89,912, not a legislated limit for qualified borrowers. Definition, D. Not a legislated limit for qualified borrowers. Flashcard 37, term, covenant of season, definition, is a promise that the grantor owns the property and has the right to convey title. Flashcard 38, term, conditions for alienation by adverse possession, hot can, definition, hostile possession, open possession, taxes paid, claim of title, adverse possession, notorious. Flashcard 39, term, state transfer taxes, SNE, definition, stamps on deed $0.70 per $100 note, stamps on notes $0.35 per $100 intangible on new mortgages $0.2 per $1 of debt. Flashcard 40, term, CBS versus CIA, definition, comp better subtract stock comp inferior add. Flashcard 41, term, unenforceable contracts, definition, is a contract that cannot be proved or will not be recognized by a court, such as not in writing, or because the property has been destroyed. Flashcard 42, term, terms with water rights, definition, accretion, alluvion, erosion, reliction. Flashcard 43, term, who are the mortgagors or borrowers, definition, homebuyers, investors, businesses, sponsors / developers. Flashcard 44, term, Chapter 61J2, definition, Florida Real Estate Commission, FL Administrative Code, FAC. Flashcard 45, term, government restrictions, PET, definition, police power, eminent domain, taxation. Flashcard 46, term, 5 types of lease agreements, definition, gross lease, net lease, percentage lease, variable lease, ground lease. Flashcard 47, term, 5 rules of thumb for proper preparation of instruments, definition, seller's closing statement, buyer's closing statement, all entries from total purchase price down through prorated items, all expenses, all items are subject to negotiation between contracting parties. Flashcard 48, term, ways an offer is terminated, wild card, definition, withdrawal by offer, insanity, lapse of time, death, counteroffer, acceptance, rejection, destruction of property. Flashcard 49, term, baseline, definition, an intersection of a east/west line. Flashcard 50, term, involuntary alienation, definition, descendants cheat to state. Flashcard 51, term, how to obtain your credit report, definition, www.annualcreditreport.com, free credit report. Flashcard 52, term, deed in lieu of foreclosure, definition, a friendly foreclosure in which the mortgagor gives title to the mortgagee. Flashcard 53, term, title insurance, definition, is a contract that protects the policyholder from losses arising from defects in the title. Flashcard 54, term, types of framing, definition, platform, balloon, post and beam. Flashcard 55, term, additional survey measures and terminology, definition, acres, 43,560 square feet, benchmark mile, 5,280 feet. Flashcard 56, Term, the primary purpose of a legal description, definition, is to describe a particular piece of property in a way that uniquely identifies that parcel from any other parcel. Flashcard 57. Term, who are the primary mortgage market, definition, banks, life insurance companies, rural housing.